it. I'm helping Europe. I'm helping NATO. And I've until the last few days when I told them about Iceland, they loved me. They called me daddy, right? Last time. A very smart man said, he's our daddy.
I wish this was AI.
Derapy. It's Wing Wong Wednesday.
First of all, this entire episode is not going to be political. I just have to get into the news of the day first. One, Trump does not seem to know the difference between Greenland and Iceland. Iceland is the one that's green. Whoa. Greenland is like 80% ice.
Wow!
That's the trick. That's what I hear. That's how you remember. Trump does not.
He's like 80.
My bad. Why are we even talking about Greenland and Iceland? Well, Trump wants Greenland, the country. He's trying to acquire it like it's a role player at the trade deadline. And part of the reason he wants Greenland is because he's upset about not receiving the Nobel Peace Prize, so he's ready to get aggro about taking territory. I kid you not. So here's the second thing.
2.
According to BBC News, The Wall Street Journal, and CNBC, Trump linked his aggressive stance on Greenland to not getting the Nobel Peace Prize. He says he no longer felt, quote unquote, an obligation to think purely of peace. This is according to 2 European officials. This is like a high school girl not winning homecoming queen and then bullying people who didn't vote for her. I've never seen anything like it. This is literally the text message from Trump to Prime Minister Storr on January 18th. He said,
"Dear Jonas, considering your country decided not to give me the Nobel Peace Prize for having stopped 8 wars plus, I no longer feel an obligation to think purely of peace."
Those are his own words. My New Year's resolution was world peace, but you guys didn't give me that medal, so now I gotta take over some countries.
Wing Wong.
Can you believe that we ever lived in a world where people actually used to say out loud, there can never be a female president because they'd be too emotional? It's one thing to feel slighted for not being awarded something. It's another thing to actually tell other world leaders that it's going to inform your decision to take over a country because peace isn't really on your mind because you didn't get the peace award. That's just embarrassing. It's actually so sad. Why would you ever put that in writing? In the same message he says he's salty about the Nobel Peace Prize, he ends it by saying the world is not secure unless we have complete and total control of Greenland.
Says who?
Who thinks this? Who was thinking about that? I imagine most people in the United States are concerned with bills, rent, their job, their kids, the price of groceries, and Trump is out here like,
I know what the American people want. Greenland.
I don't know if this will hit anyone in Greenland or Iceland who Trump may go after just to prove he didn't misspeak. If you're in Denmark or Norway or any European country that's involved in any of this, I rarely say this, but I feel like I speak for pretty much all of us over here in the States. We don't want Greenland, bro. We're trying to fix things in-house. I thought us going into Venezuela and killing like 100 people and snatching their president was mad random. Turns out there's more randomness to come. Side note, the Peace Prize that the Big Orange is so mad about actually ended up going to somebody that was like leading some Venezuelan opposition. So like he went in there guns blazing just for them to give the award for peace that he claimed he was bringing to somebody that was already there doing the work. That's pretty based, but that's besides the point. We don't want Greenland. I can only assume this has something to do with oil or gas or whatever else Trump is full of. And for that, my Greenland derps, I'm sorry. I imagine whenever any American hears Trump talking about Greenland, their natural reaction is like,
That's okay. You can keep it.
Just to wrap up this whole segment on the whole Greenland thing, I think what bothers me the most about the situation, which I know probably isn't the most concerning thing, but annoys me personally the most, is just the blatant gaslighting that's done by the White House. If you've been following the show long enough, which I know 99% of you haven't been, but I used to make podcast episodes talking about how crazy it is that people are pretending that Joe Biden like isn't kind of out of his mind. So I have to kind of do the exact same thing here. I have to be consistent. The White House is literally trying to convince you that this man wasn't actually referring to Greenland as Iceland, even though he did it like 3 times on camera. Like we saw it happen. Libby Dean, who is a White House correspondent, says on Twitter, during his WEF remarks, President Trump appeared to mix up Greenland and Iceland around 3 times.
That's facts.
Which is true. It happened. Here's him doing it.
When I told him about Iceland.
1.
But now what I'm asking for is a piece of ice. They're not there for us on Iceland, that I can tell you.
2.
I mean, our stock market took the first dip yesterday because of Iceland.
3.
So Iceland's already cost us a lot of money.
4.
He said Iceland 4 times. Now, at one point, he said piece of ice, which matters because White House press secretary Caroline Leavitt tweeted out this in response to somebody saying, I think he said Iceland instead of Greenland. No, he didn't, Libby. His written remarks refer to Greenland as a quote-unquote piece of ice because that's what it is. You're the only one mixing anything up around here. You're lying. We just heard it. We heard him say it. He said Iceland 4 different times. And because he said piece of ice once, you're gonna try and say that, first of all, why would you say written remarks? He literally spoke them. I'm getting mad. Let me relax. Caroline Levitt is trying to convince you that not only did you not hear him say Iceland 4 times, but that you should have assumed when he said piece of ice, he meant Greenland and not the country name that he had actually said 3 to 4 times.
Why even go out of your way to lie about this?
Caroline Levitt, you're a
Wing-wong.
I used to work at a Wendy's, and if I told somebody that something cost something that it actually didn't, it would be one thing to make that mistake. It would be another thing if somebody asked me about the price of a junior bacon cheeseburger, and I was like, nah, dude, it's always been $8 when I know it's $1.50. If I told that to my manager, I would be fired. But we get to work in the White House and just lie. Also, inflation's so bad, a junior bacon cheeseburger could be $8 right now, and I wouldn't even know. That's how bad it is out here. Anyways, Trump wants Greenland and I don't, so that's obviously a problem. He also admits it's partially because he feels he got snubbed over an award, which is just hogwash, dog water, cat piss, stupid. He either doesn't know the difference between Greenland and Iceland, or he thinks that like Iceland is a nickname for Greenland. Either way, it's embarrassing. He's a donut. And Caroline Levitt, I hope you miss your next flight. I hope you get stuck in traffic and your phone dies and you just get like the worst cramps. You're a liar and
A wing-wong.
anyways, that's enough of that. There's some other stupid stuff going on that I want to get into. Stick around. Completely unrelated, a man offered his wife $2,800 to stop playing this viral dating game that's called Love in Deep Space. She agreed, but then reinstalled the game anyways after a new card for her favorite character was released. So let me make sure I'm getting this right. A man actually gave his wife almost 3 bands to stop playing this mobile game, and she took it, and then just kept playing the game. I don't know what's worse, the fact that this happened or the fact that we all know about it. What's funny is it's probably got all these microtransactions in the game, and she probably just burned all of that money in-game buying skins or fits or new story arcs or whatever. Apparently the game has these AI chatbots built in, which allows you to basically form long-term relationships with these characters, and with that in mind, she probably just asked her AI boyfriend what to do, and he was like,
Is there a world where he just doesn't leave you if you stay with me, my love? If he doesn't forgive you, does he love you?
And she was like, you make a great point, AI boyfriend. And while she's having this conversation and it's getting hotter and hotter and heavier, her phone starts to overheat and it starts to vibrate. And before you know it,
Ho, brother, ho, whoa, now.
she decides to temporarily uninstall the game and then just reinstall it a week or 2 later or something. I don't know. I want to feel bad for the man, but on the other hand, you're kind of taking an L to somebody's imaginary friend. So that's kind of tough. The game, according to what I found, its primary appeal is these 5 charming protagonists that are available for romance: Xavier, Zane, Raphael, Caleb, and Silas. Yeah, she can probably afford to be with all of them at the same time with the influx of cash that this man gave her. Some stories that I've read say that she initially actually put the money that he gave her into savings for their daughter, which I was sad to discover existed, but then re-downloaded the game once a new card dropped for her favorite character. She just had to tap the glass again.
Tap the glass.
It's not just music, it's not just art, it's not just memes. AI is coming for your lady and your mans too, unfortunately. And I just think that everybody that's concerned about AI chatbots or relationships, you all need to go watch that movie Her, starring Joaquin Phoenix. I think Olivia Wilde is in it too. It'll tell you everything that you need to know about what we're dealing with right now. It saw all of this coming. All in all, if you're at the point where you got to try and bribe your wife to get off the dating simulator and pay attention to you and your daughter, you're probably a
Wing-wong.
and she's no better for spreading your business like this. Like, y'all got to get your house together. Jason Whitlock is a sports journalist and media personality. He used to work for ESPN and Fox Sports. The guy is 58 years old. He's a vet in the game. He's been in the sports media business for over 30 years. In fact, in November of 2025, he said he believed that he is the best sports writer of all time. 5 days ago, however, he retweeted a post saying Michael Jordan was paid $80 million to film an hour-long sit-down with NBC and declined all further interviews afterwards. NBC gambled and they lost. Jason Whitlock reposted this and wrote the caption, "Goodness gracious, Mike paid off his 2025 golf bets with 1 hour-long interview." The problem is, for Jason Whitlock, the self-proclaimed best sports writer ever, is that he was sharing a post made by Ballsack Sports, the Ballsack Sports Twitter account. And as I write this, the post is still up.
Wing Wong.
There are plenty of comments underneath Jason Whitlock's repost saying, "Anyone tell you yet?
No.
Pretty sure that's a parody account.
Yes.
Jason got ball sacked." Getting sacked in 2026 is crazy. But his repost still remains. Jason Whitlock, please do better. This has to be part of the reason why Stephen A. Smith hates you.
He is the worst, most despicable, lying, no good, fat ass human being I have ever known.
Okay, that was a bit out of context. He was talking about Jason Whitlock there, but that's a whole other story. Anyways, Jason Whitlock, can we please just read the names of the Twitter accounts that we're reposting? I feel like that's the least that we could do in the Big 2-6. Anyway, speaking of Stephen A. Smith, here's him talking about one of the wide receivers from the Houston Texans in a recent playoff game.
That's what we saw. We saw Charlie Kirk catch 8 receptions for 144 yards.
Yeah.
We saw
Christian Kirk. I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh my God, Christian Kirk.
In this situation, I don't know what is funnier, him initially saying it or a guy right after him being like, yeah.
We saw Charlie Kirk catch 8 receptions for 144 yards.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah, we know it's in good taste to try and carry the flame, but I don't think he was putting those numbers up even when he was alive. Rest in peace. Think before you speak, Steven, and friends and fam, derp and derpettes out there.
Huh?
If you hear somebody saying something wrong, you don't have to acknowledge it with random noise just to make it seem like you've been listening and you're locked in the whole time. You're allowed to correct others.
We saw Charlie Kirk.
You saw Charlie Kirk. It's not that big of a deal. It's pretty silly though. Just very, very, very light
Wing Wong.
behavior.
Yeah.
Cops forced to explain why AI-generated police report claimed officer transformed into a frog. Whoever wrote this article is pissed. Law enforcement has quickly embraced AI for everything from drafting police reports to facial recognition. The results have been predictably dismal.
To say it is dismal would be an understatement.
So short story short, this police department is testing and trying to use AI to help it write its police reports. So whenever there's an incident, it picks up whatever it's hearing on the body cam and automatically writes up a report. But then you still have to go in after the fact and basically read through the entire report to make sure that it's not adding some fantastical nonsense like the officer transformed into a frog before body slamming that 12-year-old girl. So the reason AI couldn't function in this instance was because Princess and the Frog was playing in the background of this incident. And honestly, I'm no tech whiz, but it sounds like all of your reports would need to be reread and rewritten because there's always going to be background noise. There's always going to be traffic and music at traffic stops or TVs or people talking over each other or AI not recognizing the tone. And while this article says that the sergeant claims it's saving them hours a week doing paperwork, I'd love to know how a judge feels about this. This introduction of technology could lead to superiors or a literal judge not knowing what is written by AI and what is written by an actual human being. This article mentions that it also provides them with like a form of deniability if their reports sound off, and it concludes with the department haven't really decided whether to keep using it or not. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Stop!
Imagine being told you were mouthing off to a cop because the AI picked up somebody bumping Kendrick Lamar in the car next to you. Your Honor, he said that he hates the popo. It's right here in the report. Here's an idea. If it's so much trouble doing paperwork, just hire someone to watch the body cam footage and report it. Whoop-de-doo. Don't be a
Wing Wong.
Just do the work. Anyways, here's something a little bit old, but it's light and silly, and I figured I would end with it. It involves a professional seat sniffer, Adin Ross, who blew a truly absurd amount of money on Jake Paul beating Anthony Joshua in that boxing fight. Just foolish stuff.
I thought Jake was gonna win, bro.
Huh?
There's no better reaction to this, truly. That's what I would expect from pretty much anybody, but especially a professional, undefeated world champion boxer Terrence Crawford.
I did. Dude, Jake won the first 2 rounds.
Oh,
you
man.
did.
Come on.
He
man.
did.
You playing, ain't you?
No.
Everybody in the world that knows boxing know if it wasn't scripted that he was getting knocked out.
Rate me 1 through 10 like my boxing knowledge.
0.
I love how he gave him a scale of 1 to 10 and he was like, yeah, we're gonna have to go lower, bud. You know nothing.
Shit.
You said Jake Paul.
Bro, he's good.
AJ.
I thought he was gonna win, bro.
And you bet too.
I did. I thought he was gonna win.
How much you bet?
Like 25,000.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
Why you just didn't get out to the homeless or something?
Good.
Charity.
That's a great question.
Wing Wong.
I mean, what's the point in betting on Jake Paul when you could literally just give it away to some random person on the street? There is no more insulting thing you can tell a gambler than you would have been better off literally just giving that money away because it was such a waste. This certainly isn't top 50 stupidest things that Adin Ross has done, but it's still worthy to be here. If you made it this far,
Like the video.
and comment Iceland if you made it this far. DM me on Twitter at Derapy_ with Wing Wong behavior that should be highlighted. Love you, mean it, spread the bread, and enjoy the outro.
Cracking my windshield, I'm pissed off. If you a hater, get lost.
Get lost.
Yeah, it's my show and I'm in charge. Don't eat lemon pepper wings, but I'm the big boss. Please cut me slack, man, need a discount. About to jump off the roof, that's a dismount. I'm just playing. I'm okay.
Okay, but like, are you though?
Sorry for the pause, that's awkward. Start a podcast, cause I knew I was a talker. Yeah, my girl love me, but she's sick of my voice. And you know I'm pro-choice, so she do what she want. Why they hate when I get political? I'm a deep thinker, that's critical. Way too serious for a dude not getting paid. Man, I really need a shave. You know what sucks? Most of season 2 a day. Taking shots, but I skip out on the bar. Every single show, I swear I wanna raise the bar. Hope you listen close so you never miss the bar. Say the same thing, but I'm still going.